Brooklyn, Williamsbridge, Brooklyn, at Domino Park. We're looking right now at the Williamsbridge Bridge, and as New York City right over yonder. If you're familiar with this park, you know exactly where I'm at. If you're not familiar with this park, well, this park was built where the old Domino sugar factory was, and they decided to make this into a little park, as you can see here. Cool, huh? Hello from Portland. How are ya? Staten Island. I'm familiar with Staten Island. It's just St. John. Moochie, what's up? Keeles. So I decided I was over here actually doing a interview uh, with my friend Raul from Spain, Barcelona, and he's doing a documentary series on gun violence in New York City. Say hi, Raul.
How are you doing?
Tell us exactly what you're gonna be doing.
Well, so I'm doing a documentary series for Al Jazeera. Hey, hello from Tampa.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a documentary series for Al Jazeera, English International, that is called Fly on the Wall. So this the next chapter that is going to come out. That my friend Danny is going to be one of the main guys appearing. It's about the increase of gun violence in New York in the last year. That it has actually doubled the number of shootings and as well the people that have been killed, unfortunately. And it's the statistics say that it's going back to the gun violence level that there was 10 years ago. So we find this that was a great view to do the interview to Danny, because he's for those that he's doing a great job here in New York, covering the night and covering everything that happened, from the good and the bad news. Unfortunately, a lot of our sad news, but also he does a lot of amazing stories, like firemen, even like the police, that they do a good job at night. But unfortunately, there is a lot of he's always like there to see the dark side of this city, as well.
Yeah. And check this out, guys. We got a little barge going by. Can you guys see that? Wait, that's the McKinnis. Hold on. Let's see if we can get the name of it. We'll pull out my little light real quick. It's not warm out here, people. There you go. A little square light. But that's definitely New York City right there. I decided to give you guys a sneak peek. Well, go ahead.
Danny, get here. I want to ask some questions so people know. So what you're gonna do now? Like you're gonna start your night shift, and what you're gonna do? How is gonna start your night shift?
So basically, I'm going to be coming out in in about an hour or two. And as you guys know, I'm listening to the scanners, and we're going to be picking up some of the crimes and stuff that's happening in New York City: shootings, stabbings, car crashes.
You have here Rebecca saying, hello, Daniel.
Oh, Rebecca, how are you, Rebecca? She always gets on. She's one of my...
But this noise is actually the train, the subway passing by. It's an amazing view. So
cops over there. Cops or ambulances are on the FDR Drive. That's the FDR Drive, guys, right there.
So Danny, tell me how you managed to do this. This is a difficult and tough job. How you manage to go almost every night out there and find the stories. What is the motivation? How you do it?
The motivation is basically, telling a story. Definitely want to tell a story to what's going on in people's neighborhoods. I like playing with cameras and I like listening to the radio. It's not for everybody, but you'll know real quick whether it's for you or not. What I see in 1 week, most people won't see in a year.
What I like in the interview that we did before, that is going to come out, actually the documentary is going to come out at maybe second week of February, but you were saying how about the shootings, how all the shootings should be reported, like should be no different. Why, like if like we should not normalize that the shooting, so many shootings happen and ignore those that are in Bronx or Brooklyn or more like working class or more like poor or poor areas. So so what do you think about that? I mean, I like that you try to visualize and to make no difference between the incidents and the people.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times shootings go unreported. I will film it. I document it. I know it happened. I have proof that it happened. Victim, blood on the floor, police activity, a lot of resources. But because it happened in the projects in Bronzeville, it doesn't make the news. But if somebody gets shot on the Upper East Side in Manhattan, that's going to make the news. And unfortunately, I don't control that. I, and they're just to document it. Whether or not the news wants to air it, it's not up to me. And unfortunately, that's just the way it goes.
At least all the stuff that you do, it's always on the website. What's the name? Like the agency? What is the address?
Our website is freedomnews.tv. Yeah. And, we're constantly updating it right now because of the what happened in Washington and everything. So we're a little behind on our local stories, but our crew that works political protests and all that stuff, they're actually, putting in a lot of content. So we're catching up. So the stories that I shot will be on there. I haven't really told our who's in charge of our website to start putting my stories, but the stories will be up there. So yeah, that's where you can find us.
But I have to say that I met Daniel like now it's maybe like a month ago, and that he let me ride along with him, and it's been amazing to see him working and go with him, and he's been showing me, like the other side of the city, and it's for me it's been great because I have I have a lot of years of experience in this job, but going with him, it reminds me that you always learn, and going with him, I learn also a lot of things, like it's always fun, and it's been a great, and to see how he's so professional and so committed. Plus, he remind me a lot of the things that that you always learn, and was great for me. I recorded and tell stories all over the world, but for me this was something new, and it's like a new territory, and it was great to go with him. That he knows the night, he knows this place, and he knows the job. So it was for me was great and honor and so fun, and no, it's great. So
Yeah,
I think you guys are lucky if you can continue following and see what he's doing.
yeah. At 2 o'clock in the morning, not everybody's up. I know we got a few followers that are always tuning in, so thank you for you guys. Rebecca, especially, Moochie Muncher. He's from actually, uptown, the Bronx. So, but those guys, they're pretty cool, and it is what it is. One guy covering 5 boroughs. I will mention that there's another team member, but he's not into the live streaming thing. He does cover a lot of Brooklyn and Lower Manhattan. He's Dakota, so that's his name, Dakota. Cool name, by the way, right? And he covers that. But normally when he's not working, because again, we don't get paid to be out here unless we sell a story. So we work when we want. And when he's out here, he covers those. And if not, one guy, me, covering 5 boroughs.
Okay, wait. Here they are asking. It's funny. Some question they say, "How much is that right along with Daniel? Do you have a badge?" Like, oh my God, maybe we have here a new tourist attraction, right
Yeah.
along with Daniel. Like, no, it's like I mean, I go with him because I'm doing the story about the gun violence, and he covers this, so that's why he let me go with him. And they are asking, Jose Giles is asking what I'm gonna show the story. So it's gonna be in Al Jazeera English on the website, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. So it's gonna be like a 10 minutes documentary, and I think it's gonna be aired probably second week of February. But Daniel is gonna know, and he's gonna let you know. He's gonna share
Yeah,
the
you can
link.
type the website in there right there. Go ahead and type it in.
You can search for "Fly on the Wall" Al Jazeera English, and it will appear the already different chapters that the other documentaries I did. But I'm sure Daniel will share the link to all of you.
Yeah. So ride-alongs right now are don't charge for ride-alongs because I don't do ride-alongs right now. It is something for the near future, but for right now, because of the pandemic and COVID-19, we don't do ride-alongs. It's not the first person I asked, but you know, COVID.
Oh, they are saying thanks. They are saying great interview. Oh
Oh,
my God. Do you guys have any questions? So I can make some questions to Daniel. Oh wow, hello from St. Petersburg. Wow,
yeah, St. Petersburg, Russia.
is that St. Petersburg, Russia, or
Is there another
there is
St.
a St.
Petersburg?
Petersburg in the U.S.? I mean, if it's Russia, it would be amazing.
I
Look,
know, right? Look, Empire State Building. All right, guys. Well, when it's cold, you can't tell, but it's a little cold. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this stream. We've been on for like 15, 20 minutes. Thank you for tuning in. I'll go live as soon as the next big thing happens: shooting, stabbing, crashes, or a fire. So we'll see what happens. All right. So we'll see you guys on the next one. I'm Dan Vowles reporting from Brooklyn, FNTV.